Hey, it's Lauren with the latest rock news. Months after Mick announced his retirement from touring, the guitarist is suing his Motley Crue bandmates, alleging that they've been trying to kick him out of the band and gaslighting him over his live performances. A few hours after the lawsuit became public, Motley Crue issued their own statement on it. In late October, a rep on behalf of Mars issued a statement saying that the guitarist was retiring from touring due to his ongoing struggles with ankylosing spondylitis, which he was diagnosed with when he was 27. However, it further stated that he would remain a member of the band. The next day, Motley Crue issued their own statement, writing that they accept Mick's decision to retire from the band due to the challenges with his health. The wording of both statements left fans confused, as Mars said that he was only retiring from touring, but Crue said that he was retiring from the band. Nevertheless, John 5 was announced as his replacement for their tours going forward. A few days ago, Nikki Sixx wrote on Twitter that he and John 5 had spent some time writing random riffs in the studio. While he didn't elaborate whether Motley Crue planned to release new music in the future, Mars' statement from October implied that he would be the one to play on recordings in the studio. On April 6th, Variety learned that Mars had filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles County against his bandmates, alleging that they intentionally withheld business information from him. The suit reiterates that Mars' retirement from touring did not mean he was retiring as a member of the band, and he made it very clear that he would still be able to record in the studio, play limited performances, possible residencies, and participate in any other endeavors that don't include being on the road. According to the suit, just before both parties released their statements in the fall, the guitarist's attorney received a separation and release agreement for Mars to sign, which would essentially act as his resignation from the band and its entities. In exchange, he was offered for his cut from the band's touring profits to go from 25% to 5% and then 0% for future tours, but Mars refused to sign it. Mars' attorney was allegedly warned that if the guitarist denied the severance package that was graciously offered to him by the band, he would get next to nothing, and that there is undisputed legal cause here for Mick's removal. Mars' attorney in turn highlighted that the guitarist has the least reasons of anyone in the band to be let go, noting Vince Neil's manslaughter conviction in the 80s and countless instances of drug and alcohol use amongst the other members. The suit further went on to say that Nikki Sixx has been gaslighting Mars over his performance for several years, telling him that he had cognitive dysfunction and calling his guitar playing subpar because he sometimes played the incorrect notes during live shows. Mars' attorney fired back in the suit, stating that Sixx did not play a single note on bass during the entire US tour because all of his parts were pre-recorded, as were some of Vince Neil's vocals and Tommy Lee's drum parts, further claiming that Mars was the only one playing 100% live 100% of the time, which is why there were imperfections in his playing at times. Motley Crue have since issued a statement on the lawsuit to Loudwire, calling it unfortunate and completely off base. They noted that in 2008, all 4 members of the band signed an agreement that said, "In no event shall any resigning shareholder be entitled to receive any monies attributable to live performances." Additionally, the band argued that they've always played their songs live and that Mars' struggling performance and constant mistakes led to his departure from the band, and that declarations from the band's crew attest to his struggles. They added that they tried to keep the matters private to honor Mars' legacy and that they wish him well. The declarations referenced in the band's statement, which were provided to Loudwire by the band's reps, were written by the production manager, production coordinator, tour manager, front of house engineer, monitor engineer, bass tech, and drum tech. Several of the statements from the individuals noted that Mars often left during rehearsals without explanation, and he would often play the wrong chords or the wrong songs altogether. One in particular noted that the band's use of pre-recorded tracks during their live shows was a direct result of Mars' inconsistencies during his performances. All of the declarations were signed in early February in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where the band played 2 shows to kick off their 2023 tour schedule. For more on this story, head over to loudwire.com.